Hello and welcome to Jamie Flows. Today I have a 30-minute nice grounding flow for you. Most of our poses will be close to the ground, minimal standing balances, zero vinyasas, zero chaturangas. We'll still be strengthening and energizing though. So this is a great practice to do first thing in the morning. No props needed, just you and your body. Let's get started. We'll start in a reclined butterfly. Lie down on your back, bring the soles of your feet together, let your knees fall to either side, and then go ahead and bring one hand to your heart space and one hand to your belly. Start to become acutely aware of your body, letting your whole backside melt into the earth below you. Notice the rise and fall of your hands as you breathe in and out. Can you get even heavier in your body? Now take a big breath in through your nose, filling your lungs up from the bottom to the top. Pause for a beat, and then open your mouth, sigh it out. Flutter your eyes open, and then release your hands to either side of your knees, just gently closing your knees together, bringing the soles of your feet to the earth, and then walking your feet in towards your seat. So feet are about hip width distance, firmly planted. Hands are by your side, palms face down. Tilt the bottom of your pelvis up so your low back is on the earth. And then keeping that tilt, inhale, lift your hips. Exhale, lower your hips to the earth. Inhale, lift again for a bridge pose. And then exhale, lower. Inhale, this time as you lift your hips, your arms go up and overhead. Exhale, hips lower, hands come back by your side. Another rolling bridge. Inhale to lift the hips, arms reach up, touch the floor behind you. And then exhale, everything lowers, arms come by your side. One last time. And then exhale, lower. From here, cross your right ankle over your left thigh, and then reach for the back of your left thigh, pulling your left knee in towards you for a reclined pigeon. Maybe find some movement here. Flex your right toes towards your right knee. And then release your arms out to a T, keeping the legs as they are. Just let them fall over to the left. Once your right foot and your left leg are on the earth, push your right knee away from you with your left hand. Just getting a nice gentle hip opener to start. And then you can release your left arm to the earth, bring your legs back through center, left foot meets the earth, uncross your right leg, and then we'll go to the other side. So left ankle comes on top of your right thigh, and then reach for the back of your thigh, pull it in towards you for your reclined pigeon. So your head and shoulders stay relaxed. And then release your arms out to a T. Keep your legs as they are. Just let them fall to the right, coming into your twist. Once your legs have landed to the earth, start to push your knee away with your right hand. And then you can release that press. We'll bring the knees back through center, uncross the left ankle from the right thigh. Bring both knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice big squeeze. Rock side to side. Massage the low back. And then maybe take your knees in circles. A couple one way, and then reverse and go the other. And then cross your ankles, reach for the backs of your thighs, and then rock and roll up and down the length of your spine. Take a couple of rock and rolls here, 2 or 3, and then when you're ready, just roll over your shins. Walk yourself back to a tabletop position. Now straight away, bring your knees out wide, sink your hips back towards your heels, and walk your hands forward. Come into a child's pose. Take a breath here. And then as you rock forward, you're going to lower your hips to the earth, pull your heart forward, and come into a cobra. Knees are still on the earth. As you exhale, sink your hips back to a child's pose. Inhale to shift forward, hips come to the floor, heart goes forward, pull your shoulders down and back, and then exhale, sink back to a child's pose. Inhale, last time, shift forward into your cobra, and then exhale, sink back into your child's pose. From here, you'll rise up to all fours. Bring your wrists underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips now. And then extend your right leg behind you. And then cross it over your left, landing your right toes on the earth. Look over your left shoulder. Find a side bend on the right side. Inhale, bring your leg back through center. Tuck your left toes, really press into both palms. Lift your left knee and then press your hips back. You're in a 3-legged dog. Bend your knee, yawn your hip open, find a scorpion dog, and then take a few circles in your ankle, one way and then the other. Inhale to re-extend that leg, and then exhale, lower it to find your first downward facing dog. You can pedal through the legs here, or just find stillness. We want a nice long spine. Inhale. And then exhale, just lower back to your tabletop position. Knees come to the earth. Inhale, extend your left leg behind you. And then cross it over your right toes. Look over your right shoulder. Find a side bend on the left side. Inhale to come back through center. Tuck your right toes to prepare. And then with a burst of energy, lift that right knee, press back 3-legged dog. Bend that knee, open the hip, take your circles in your ankle. And then re-extend that leg behind you and lower it to downward facing dog once more. Press your belly back towards your thighs. You can have a soft bend in your knees. Inhale, look forward, bend your knees, and then exhale, travel to the top of your mat. You can take as many steps as you need. You're in a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, press into your shins. Exhale, bend your knees a lot, find a rag doll. Rest your belly on your thighs, catch opposite elbows if that feels good. Add some movement if it feels good. And then release your hands to the earth. Heel toe your feet out just as wide as your mat. Toes face out, heels in. And then sink your hips to Malasana Yogi Squat. Chest is proud, hips are low. Take a couple breaths here. On your next inhale, press into your feet to rise up. Arms come overhead. And then exhale, hands come through heart center. Big toes come into touch. Find a mountain pose. Arms by your side. Feel into all corners of your feet. Maybe lift your toes and then place them back down one at a time. Feel your weight evenly distributed. And then inhale, arms sweep forward, sink your hips back, find a chair pose. So most of your weight is in your heels. You should be able to lift your toes off of the earth. Tuck your tailbone under. Pull your belly back towards your spine. Start to shift your weight to your left foot and then inhale to rise. Single leg mountain. Your right knee is lifted. You can bring your hands to your hips or to heart center. We're going to tree pose. So just guide your right knee out to the side. And then your right foot finds any place to land on your left leg. So that can be the inside of your calf or the inside of your thigh. It can even be on the earth on the inside of your ankle. You can keep your hands at heart center or you can reach to the sky. If your hands are lifted, bring them back through heart center. Your right hand comes to your right knee. You're just going to disconnect that right foot from your left leg. And then you're going to step that right leg behind your left, landing on your right toes. Come into a curtsy lunge. So your left knee is bent, arms behind you. And then bring your right hand to the earth. You're going to roll to the outer blade edge of that right foot. Step your left foot to the back of the mat. You are now in a fallen triangle. And you can adjust your feet wider or narrower. Send your hips to the sky. Left arm reaches to the sky. Now, you're going to lift your right foot, bend your right knee, land it on the earth. Your foot is behind you. You're in a supported side plank. And then you can lift that left leg in line with your hip. Step that left foot behind you, open your chest to the ceiling, find a baby wild thing. Now release your left hand to the earth. Left leg is long behind you. We're coming to a side plank. So you'll roll to the outer blade edge of your left foot. Right foot stacks on top of or in front of your left. Send your hips even higher. And then release your right hand to the earth. Find a high plank. We're here just for one breath in. And then lower your left knee to the earth. Your right leg lifts behind you. And then reach your left arm forward. We're in a bird dog. Inhale to lengthen. And then exhale, bring your elbow to your knee under your body. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch it in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, crunch it in once more. Inhale, lengthen. And then bend into that right knee. Reach back with your left hand. If you can catch the foot, start to kick into your hand. And then release. Right leg is still lifted. Left hand on the earth. Tuck your left toes. Three-legged dog. Press your hips back. Bend that knee. Yawn it open. And then inhale, extend it again. Exhale, bring your right knee to your right elbow and then step your right foot outside of your right hand. Lower your left knee. We are now in a lizard lunge. So you can stay up on your hands, just sinking forward, getting into that left hip flexor. Your chest is proud. Keep your spine nice and long. Now start to shift your weight to your left hand. Your right hand will come to the inside of your right thigh, and you'll twist your chest open to the right. You might roll to the outer blade edge of that right foot. You might bend your left knee and then reach back for your foot with your right hand. If you can catch the foot, just pull it in gently for a quad stretch. And then release the foot. You're going to keep the twist. Right arm reaches up. Tuck your left toes. And then press yourself up to an easy twist. So your left knee lifts. Your feet are a little bit wider than normal in this twist. Release your right hand to the earth and then heel toe your right foot in so it's a little more central. And then we'll find pyramid. So you can step your left foot in slightly, lengthen through your right leg, and then fold over your right leg. Keep squaring your hips here. So pull your right hip back, left hip forward. Your left foot is planted on the earth. Inhale to halfway lift and look forward. Bend into your right knee and then step your left foot forward, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bring your feet hip width distance. Grab your big toes with your peace fingers. Inhale to lengthen your spine and your arms. And then exhale, pull your belly towards your thighs. Your elbows go out to the side. You can have a generous bend in your knees here. And then just let your head hang heavy. Now release your big toes. You're going to heel toe your feet out for your yogi squat. Again, sink your hips low. Can you get any lower this time? If your heels are off the earth, can your heels get even lower towards the earth? Maybe you want to add some movement side to side. And then inhale, rise to stand. Arms reach up overhead. Hands come to heart center. Feet walk in, big toes touch. Mountain pose once more. And inhale, find your chair pose, round 2. Can you sink your hips a little lower this time? Can you send a little more weight into your heels? Shift your weight to your right foot. Inhale, rise to stand, single leg mountain. Your left knee is lifted this time. Hands can come to heart center or to your hips. We're coming to tree again, so just guide your left foot wherever it lands on your right leg. Your ankle, your calf, your thigh. And then you can keep your hands at heart center, or you can grow your branches and reach your arms up overhead. Press into your right big toe. And then bring your hands back through heart center if they're lifted. Left hand reaches for your left knee. Disconnect the left foot from your right leg. And then you're going to step that left foot behind you, coming back to that curtsy lunge. So your right knee bends, arms fly behind you for a moment. And then your left hand finds the earth. You roll to the outer blade edge of your left foot. Step your right foot to the back of the mat. Find your fallen triangle. Right arm is lifted, hips are high. Hover that left foot if you can, and then bend that left knee, sending your left foot behind you. Your knee lands on the earth for your supported side plank. And then you can lift that right leg in line with your hip. Maybe you step it behind you, landing on the ball of your right foot, spinning your chest open to the ceiling for a baby wild thing. Release your right hand to the earth. Your right leg is long behind you. We're going to roll to the outer blade edge of that right foot. Open up to a side plank. Right hand is down. Left arm is lifted. Again, your hips are high. And then release. Find your high plank. Both hands on the earth. Take a breath in. And then exhale. Lower your right knee. Lift your left leg in line with your hip. Right arm reaches forward for your bird dog. Inhale to prepare. Exhale to bring your elbow to your knee. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, lengthen. This time, bend your left knee. Reach back for your foot with your right hand. If you have the foot, kick into your hand. This is a back bend, so your heart is moving forward. Keep your gaze down at the top of your mat. And then release your right hand to the earth. Your left leg is still lifted. Tuck your right toes and press yourself back, three-legged dog. Bend your left knee, yawn that hip open. Re-extend that leg. And then exhale, bring your left knee to your left elbow and step that foot to the outside of your hand. Lower your right knee and we'll find lizard on the other side. Sink forward into your hips. You can always roll to the outer blade edge of that left foot if you need more space. And then shift your weight to your right hand. Your left hand comes to the inside of your left thigh. You'll gently guide that knee out as you twist open to the left. Gaze back over your left shoulder. And then maybe bend into that right knee and reach back for the foot with your left hand. Gently pulling it in for a quad stretch. All right, we'll release that foot. Keep the left arm lifted. Tuck the right toes. Lift your right knee. Find your easy twist. Inhale. And exhale, release that left hand to the earth. Heel toe your left foot in. Prepare for your pyramid. Step your right foot in. Lengthen your left leg. And then fold over. So you want to make sure your feet are on railroad tracks here so that you have space to square your hips forward. Both heels are planted. Inhale to look forward, bend into your left knee, step your right foot forward, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And then straight away this time we'll go to our yogi squat. So bring your feet out wide, sink your hips low, hands come to heart center to start. And then release your right hand to the earth. Inhale to lift your left arm high. Find a twist. Release your left hand to the earth and then inhale your right arm high, spinning your chest towards the right side of your mat. Release your right hand, bring your hands back to heart center just for a breath here. And then this time we'll bring our hands behind us and just lower to our seat. Feet come together, knees are bent. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale to reach forward. And then exhale, round into your spine a lot as you lower all the way to your back. Once you are there, walk your feet in close to your seat. Bring your feet hip width distance. Arms are by your side, palms face down. Inhale, press into your heels, lift your hips, find a bridge pose. Stay here or interlace your hands underneath you, snuggle your shoulders in towards each other, and then press your chest further towards the back of your mat. Lift your hips a little bit higher. Your chin is moving away from your chest. And then release the bind if you have it, and ever so slowly lower one vertebra at a time. Bring your feet out as wide as your mat, and then just take a few windshield wipers, knocking one knee in towards center and then the other. And then we'll set up for round 2 of our bridge pose. So walk your feet back into hip width distance, hands by your side. Inhale, lift your hips. Maybe take that bind and snuggle your shoulders together underneath you. Keep pressing into your heels. Keep lifting your hips. And then release the bind and lower all the way back down. Once your hips are on the earth, bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Rock side to side. And then we'll find a happy baby. So send the soles of your feet to the sky. You can reach for the outer blade edges of your feet or the backs of your thighs, whatever will allow you to keep your tailbone on the earth. And then if you want to add some movement side to side, you are very welcome. Keep pulling your knees in towards your armpits. Kicking your feet into your hands. Release your feet, bring them to the earth. And then you're going to cross your right leg over your left thigh and pull your knees in towards your chest, reaching for opposite feet with your hands. So we're coming into cow face legs. If this doesn't work, you can always take a reclined pigeon with the right ankle on top of the left thigh. Your head and shoulders are relaxed on the earth. You're just pulling your feet towards you. And then we'll release the left foot to the earth. Keep the cross of the legs. Bring your arms to a T. And then we'll find a twist. So you might scoot your hips to the right and then let your knees fall over to the left. Your left hand might come on top of your right knee, gently guiding your knees a little closer to the earth. You might take your gaze over your right shoulder. Inhale to come back through center, uncross your legs. And then we'll cross the left leg over the right thigh, pull your knees in towards your chest, reach for opposite feet, and then relax your head and shoulders back to the earth as you pull your feet in towards you in your cow face legs. All right, release the feet. Right foot comes to the earth. Your left leg stays crossed. Bring your arms to a T. Scoot your hips a little to the left and then let your knees fall to the right, finding your twist. So your left hip should be stacked on top of your right. Optionally, you can gaze over your left shoulder. And then use your core to come back through center. Uncross your legs. Now you'll bring both knees into your chest to give yourself one last big squeeze. Bring your forehead into your knees. Reach for opposite wrist or forearm. Scrunch up everything as tight as you can. And then exhale, release everything out long for your final resting pose. Legs go out long, feet splay to the side. Let's take palms face down for our Shavasana this time. Provides a little more grounding energy for us. Again, sink your whole body into the earth. Feel yourself getting heavier. Release any control of your breath. Stay here as long as you need. If you need to run off to the rest of your day, just be careful and gentle with yourself. Get up slowly. Thank you so much for being here with me. Take a moment to give yourself a thank you as well. You are amazing, and you're going to have an amazing day. Cheers, friends.